Hi, and welcome to the weekly love reading for January 11th, 2019. So, in this reading, we're just going to be looking at the general energy for the next week, okay? And even though that this is for January 11th, 2019, if it's not January 11th, 2019, you were probably led to this for a reason. So go ahead and keep watching and just apply it to the week that you're in right now, okay? So before I begin, I have an announcement to make. This week, the channel hit 10,000 subscribers. I want to say thank you guys so much for your support and feedback. I'm so excited that I decided to run a celebratory sale to give back to my viewers. So here's the deal. This sale is limited to the first 100 customers. And so these are going to go super fast, so be sure to take advantage of it while you can, okay? For $10, you can ask one question about anything you want and receive a private email reading with a thorough analysis and answer to your question. Obviously, this is going to be provided by me personally, okay? To find out more about the sale, go ahead and visit the site located in the description. It's going to be the first link in the description, okay? And it'll take you directly to the sale, okay? That said, let's go ahead and name each pile for you guys, okay? Pile number 1 is the green feather. Pile number 2 is the yellow feather. Pile number 3 is the purple feather. The blue feather is pile number 4. The red feather is pile number 5. And the black feather is pile number 6, okay? While you guys are picking, I want to say thank you to a viewer named Kimberly who went to my wish list and donated both the Hermetic Tarot, okay? And those of you guys who have watched me, you guys know that the Hermit is my favorite card in the tarot, so this is a really, really cool deck to have, okay? I've already started working with it, and I just love it. I've already connected with it and everything. And she also gave me another color option for those hearts that I love to have. You know, those of you who are familiar with my different readings know that I use hearts as markers sometimes, and now I have a green one, so I'll look forward to using that for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get to the bottom of this. Those of you guys who haven't picked, go ahead and pause the video. Those of you who have, let's look at what the week has in store for you, okay? We're gonna go ahead and start with pile number 1. Alrighty. Pile number 1, those of you guys who picked the green feather. Here is your reading. Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. You guys are gonna have a great week. It looks like you will. Okay, so you've got the Ace of Coins. So this might speak to the idea that you guys might start something new, but it's something new that brings more abundance to your relationship, okay? You know, coins are a very earthy card. I mean, it's a very earthy suit. And it can speak to an earth sign, but I don't really like to get into the astrological components because there's so many people watching these videos, you know. But at the same time, you know, we have this new beginning. It could be a new business venture with you and the person that you like. So this might be somebody you know from work or somebody that you're going to work with. But the bottom line is that you guys are going to start something new this week, okay? And I know this because we've got 2 aces. We also have the Ace of Cups, so that's another something new coming that has to do with what's kind of behind the surface, you know? The Cups are obviously talking about love and romance and connection and family and that kind of thing, but I really feel like this is more about sharing some feelings that have been hidden up until this point, okay? And then we have the Knight of Cups, as if we didn't need any more indication that this is going to be a great week, okay? So the Knight of Cups comes forward, you know, with an offer, with some kind of emotional offer. The Knight of Cups is letting you know how they feel. Now, this could be either you or your person, but I do feel like for most of you, this is going to be your person. And that's going to be really great for you because seriously, I feel like this has been kind of like a long time coming, or it's been something that has been on your heart a lot and you've really wanted it to happen, okay? And we're not just talking about love. We also have sex here. This is the love card, okay? And then the lilies represent sex. So we have intimacy, okay? For those of you who aren't sexually intimate, this doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are going to have sex. It just means that there's going to be a much, much stronger intimacy. You guys are going to be sharing love with one another. Notice some mirroring. So again, with the Knight of Cups, it could be your partner coming forward, but I do feel like there's going to be a balance between that, And then, I got this card out for you guys as a, I got this card out for you guys as a way to kind of look at what you can work on this week. And we've got respect, okay? I don't think you're going to have a problem with that, but do think about it. I'm going to go ahead and just read the blurb here because I'm not getting, I'm getting so much energy that's so positive coming from this that I don't really feel anything real strong that, you guys need to, really work on this. But if you'd like to, the blurb is you value everyone's unique perspective, okay, to the path of love. And it's just, I feel like you're doing this anyway, but it's just really celebrating your person for who they are, and really celebrating the idea that your person, is such a unique individual, and you just really want to lift that person up, okay? And likewise, because this is kind of, going the same way, your person wants to lift you up, okay? So there's going to be a mutual respect here, okay? And if you feel like you're slipping a little bit on that, that would be the area to work with, okay? So there's something, this card's kind of sticking out, right? So there's something that's been really, really suppressed here, okay? And I really think that this just is letting us know that this is going to be coming to the surface this week, okay? There's something that's been hidden, and it's going to be rising up, okay? And that's why we've got this Ace of Cups with the water, because for me, that feels so much like something hidden below the surface and that kind of thing. So the suppression is going to end, okay? Alrighty, guys. So looks like you guys are going to have a pretty awesome week. All right. Hi, guys who picked the yellow feather. Those of you who picked pile number 2. We have the Devil, the Knight of Swords, and we have the Five of Wands. We also have Success. We have the Birds and the Polar Bear. And we have Joy. Okay, so what's going to be going on with you? There's a little bit of good and a little bit of not so good. Let's start with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so somebody is going to be kind of coming at you with a, either your person's going to be doing this to you, or you're going to be doing it to the person. I really feel like this, because the focus is so much on what's going to happen with my guy or my girl, right? What's going to happen with my person this week. I feel like your person's going to be coming at you from a very logical point of view, and that can be a little bit overwhelming. It can kind of seem like maybe they're trying to start an argument, or maybe they're trying to kind of, I don't know, kind of poke you or kind of get at you. They're not coming from that point at all, though. I'm not getting any negative feelings about that, okay? I'm just getting that that's the way they are, and they don't even realize that it's hurtful in any way. So do keep in mind that the way that you respond to that might be instinctively to kind of, show that you're kind of upset with that, or that you're a little hurt or whatever. The better way to respond, and I'm just, I'm just saying it, because not only do we have the Joy up here and the counseling card, this card is drawn to give you guys some direction on what to do to improve the situation. Is just be happy that this person's talking to you and giving you some interest, and really try to get outside of yourself to see objectively that this person's really, they just want to share some ideas with you and all of that. And if you find that this person is constantly causing you to feel really defensive and all of that kind of stuff, look inside of yourself for what's going on there, okay? Because I think that, with this card coming up, I think that sometimes there's a little bit of I want to call it superstition, just because it's like this belief that's not really, just based on some kind of like bottom line that isn't really applicable right now, okay? And because I mean, I'm superstitious, okay? Seriously, I'm really ridiculously superstitious. So I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm just saying that there's some kind of belief here that's, some people might kind of think is silly, because it's like the belief is holding you guys back from moving forward. It's like you're thinking, well, if this person really liked me, then they wouldn't be like this, or I feel hurt and I feel like they don't really like me, and that kind of thing. And then it's like you're kind of getting trapped within your own thoughts, within your own superstition. Okay, so I really feel like you're seeing things a little bit more negative than what they're supposed to be. But I mean, it's like to the point where you're kind of attributing personality traits on this person that just aren't there. This person's a very kind and loving person, and I feel like this is a very positive energy coming at you. And the reason that they're able to communicate with you to the way that they do is because they feel comfortable sharing their thoughts with you, okay? So do remember, we've got joy here, okay? Approach the relationship with joy. Be very, very happy, and let them know that you love talking to them, but maybe, really communicate with them as well. I don't have anything that kind of indicates like direct communication here, but I do want to say, if there's a pattern where your person's kind of getting you a little defensive or hurt, do understand that you can communicate to them, and that's fine. Just don't do it. It's like, oh my gosh, you're such a jerk. Do it more like, I just don't know how to take it when you say things like that. It like sometimes I'm wondering if you're trying to hurt my feelings or what. It's okay to say stuff like that. It's just approaching it by immediately getting upset back is, I say upset back as if the person's upset. They're not. But by immediately kind of going on the defense can sometimes cause that person to be very, very confused. Like, why is this person getting so upset when I just am trying to share some of my ideas with them, okay? And again, the bottom line is you're going to be experiencing some success in your relationship this week too. So that's another thing that's really good, okay? I kind of feel like this energy, if this happens with you guys, is going to be more towards the beginning, and this is going to be more towards the end, this kind of feeling of success, like you've gotten somewhere with this person, that kind of thing. You guys are going to... the relationship is going to be something that other people are picking up about. There might be some rumors about you guys or chatting about you guys, that kind of stuff. So really do keep in mind that other people are kind of noticing that there's something going on with you and this person. And so if you would like to kind of make sure that the gossip is, not happening, just don't talk about it so much to people unless you really, really trust them, okay? And even then, I'd say be careful, okay? Because the more you talk about this stuff, the more it will spread. And there's something, what I'm feeling here, and this is why I'm saying this, is what I'm feeling here is that there's some kind of negative gossip going around, okay? That's distorting the picture, okay? And then we have the polar bears, normally a very strong person, somebody who's very successful and all of that. I feel like this is just kind of doubling down on success. So we've got gossip about being strong and being successful and that kind of stuff. So I mean, one wouldn't think that would be something that would be too upsetting for people to be gossiping about, but at the same time, there's something, it just feels inappropriate to me. It feels like there's something that's a little bit off about this, okay? So I do want to give you just a heads up about that, but really, just be aware of this kind of tendency, and for some of you, not very many, but for some of you, you're going to be the one that causes the person to feel a little defensive, like, what? Oh, And so just be ready for that, and just know that the person is coming from a heart space, not so much from an intellectual space. And so kind of pull your thoughts down to the heart space and try to speak from your heart rather than, from your mind where, you've got this awesome idea or this question, or you want to start a debate about something and all of that kind of stuff. This could also be something smaller like banter, but I don't feel like that's, I don't feel like that's going to be applying to most of you. I just wanted to mention it because I just got that. All right, guys. So you're going to be having a pretty decent week, okay? All right, those of you who picked the purple feather, pile number 3, let's go ahead and look at what you guys are going to be doing this week. Okay, so we've got the Two of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Hierophant. We've got Existence. We have, oh, this is great. We've got the Storks and the Key, all right, and Loyalty. All right, so here's what's going on. Somebody is not being honest about how they feel. The Two of Swords is like somebody who's guarded, somebody who doesn't really want to talk about how they feel. For some of you guys, this actually might be somebody who's giving you messages like in a sneaky way. Like they don't want other people to know that they're sending you messages. So it could be somebody like going behind someone else's back, that kind of thing. So that's another thing that's kind of going on. I just feel like there's something like about expression that is getting stifled in some way, okay? And it's like there's more to this than is being acknowledged, okay? We also have somebody with something they've got to put down in order to move forward in this, okay? And this is a general reading, right? So I'm not getting anything that's so specific that I can point to like one or two things, but an example would be maybe this is another person. Another example might be maybe this is some kind of internal struggle that they're working with. Another thing it might be is maybe this is some kind, like maybe that one of you guys has an extra job and you don't really need it. Maybe somebody's taking on too much. Maybe somebody is moving too slow. Maybe this is bottled emotions. It could be a lot of different things. But the idea is it's something that's kind of built up that needs to be just let go, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? And be aware that that's kind of going on with either you or your person. And then we've got the Hierophant, okay? And I think this is kind of interesting. And I do have to kind of connect this to the next card, which is Existence. This is the equivalent of the Magician, okay? So this is talking about consciousness, okay? It's also talking about bringing things into existence, that manifestation power, okay? So I really feel like the Hierophant in this situation, it's got the cups, the swords, the wands, and the coins. It's almost like this is like an echo of the Magician. The Hierophant's got all they need in order to make basically anything happen. But what the Hierophant's doing is that the Hierophant's doing it more for the community or more for, in an institutionalized way. Okay, so this might refer to school, to a wedding. It could refer to church or any religious ceremony. It's like they're just doing something in public. Okay, volunteer work, that kind of thing. So I do feel like there's going to be some kind of public element to your relationship this week. And the Hierophant also stands for learning rules, learning ways to act in society and that kind of thing. So this also might just be a resolve of this, okay? It could be the fact that your person has decided to come forward, or if it's you've decided to come forward and shed light on this situation, okay? But don't ignore this, because this is like really strong manifesting power right here, making things come to light, making things happen. So you are going to be having some of that kind of stuff going on. There's going to be movement in your relationship. For very few of you, some of you guys are actually literally going to move, okay? So this can apply both ways. It can apply to those who have long distance relationships where you're moving towards one another, and those of you who have I suppose, for lack of a better word, more traditional relationships, and one of you guys is moving, okay? I don't feel like this is going to be a problem because we've got the key as well. Like, movement is the key, all right? And it's like this is going to open up a whole lot of things. The key also helps me kind of make more sense of this. It's like the key is that there's something hidden, there's something trapped, there's something that's not being acknowledged here. And I do feel like, this lets me know that you have the ability to get this to open up. You can open the doors with this, okay? And so make sure that you understand that you do have the power to, I guess, force an answer, maybe, or get some insight with your person, okay? And here's the card that I picked for each pile that's supposed to be the counseling card. And when I say that, I mean this is a card that's supposed to let you guys know what you can do to help move this relationship along, okay, guys? And so if you want to focus on something to improve this week, I would say focus on loyalty, okay? Because that's what they're looking for. That's what your person's looking for. That's what the relationship needs a little bit more of. I'm not saying that anybody's betraying anybody. It's just that loyalty needs to be demonstrated a little bit more so that security can kind of sink in, okay, guys? Alrighty, so it does look like you have a pretty interesting week. So if you want to know what's going to happen next, go ahead and tune in next Friday, okay? All right, those of you guys who picked pile number 4, the blue feather, here is your reading. Okay, all right, we've got the High Priestess, the Page of Cups, and the Four of Wands. We also have creativity, or we have creativity. Let's just keep it like that. It's creativity. We have the clouds and the mice, okay? And then we have creativity again. When this happens, this is a big deal, okay? This is something that's really getting a lot of attention this week, okay? So keep that in mind. Be aware of the forces of creativity that's going on in your relationship. So let's go ahead and look at these things, okay? So the High Priestess not only calls for more intuition, but it's also acknowledging that both of you guys have intuitive power to kind of feel out the other person and kind of know where that person's coming from, okay? We do have the Page of Cups. This can be an offer. One of the traditional meanings of this, and I just feel compelled to let you guys know, is that this can be an offer of marriage, okay? I feel like this is going to be more like an offer of just kind of taking your relationship and moving it up a notch. It really feels like it's in the friendship level right now, or that there's something that's kind of like emotionally distant between the two of you. Not that those feelings aren't there, but it's like they're not being acknowledged, that kind of thing. Like they're not being acknowledged in a way that you're real sure about. The Four of Rods is like, you guys are going to be probably going out this week, okay? You're definitely going to be seeing them in a public space, okay? And you might, you also might be seeing this person in like a group setting, okay? So, I mean, and when I say that, I know that might seem like the same thing. What I'm saying is this person might ask you to dinner, for example, or to a movie or something like that. Or this person might be somebody you see at school or at work, okay? Or this person and you are part of a small group, like a community group, or maybe like a meetup group, for example, or a club, and you're going to see them there, okay? It's like you guys are going to be spending time in public with one another, okay? Let's go ahead and leave the creativity cards for last because it's the strongest here. And I do want to say both of these cards in Lenormand are negative. And I'm saying that because I wanna make sure you guys don't get too freaked out, because when you put two negative cards together, sometimes it creates a positive, and this is what's going on in this. The mice, they thieve, they take away from something, okay? They eat at something, right? So the mice is eating away at what the clouds represent, which is confusion. It's like the brain fog. If for some people this can be depression, okay? If you do have depression, any kind of clinical depression, please see somebody who is a professional that can handle that on a professional level, okay? But yeah, this is like your confusion, the confusion that's like kind of clouding the relationship is going to be eaten away at, and some things are going to come to light this week. So this is actually a really good thing, okay? So just remember, the mice take away from things, and sometimes they take away from something negative, which is good. All right. Now let's talk about this creativity, and I'm going to go ahead and read the blurb. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Okay, so again, with what's written here, and then the sun coming out, we've got, you know, shedding light on things. Creativity can just mean that maybe the two of you are gonna create something together. Maybe the two of you working on a project, you know, which could be referring to this, that you guys are coming together to create something new. It could be like somebody who you work with, that you're creating like a new product, or you are working together to reach a goal, that kind of thing. The creativity could also refer to the fact that you guys are creating this relationship for the two of you, okay? In any way that creativity comes about for you specifically and your person, just know that there's just got to be more of that right now in your week. You know, there will be anyway, because it's so strong, but, you know, just know that there's going to be more of that in your week. If you guys are musicians, or artists, or photographers, or, you know, substitute any kind of creative endeavor, you know, storytellers, whatever, make sure that you're doing that. Creativity can just be about, okay, I'm going to write down all of the different ideas that I get this week, and maybe I'll evaluate them at the end of the week to see what I should do with those ideas, that kind of thing. So I do feel like the two of you are going to be experiencing something that's kind of a little bit, I don't know, I want to say eccentric, but like you're going to be experiencing the beauty of creation with one another, and that's an amazing thing. So yeah, we've got a lot of really positive things. Again, you know, the Page of Cups, I know what I said about what that could represent, but do understand that that's not what, I don't feel like that's what's going to be true for most of the people that are viewing this. I think that this is just mostly you guys are kind of awkwardly sharing your feelings a little bit more. You're awkwardly coming together. It's like this thing is moving somewhere. It's just, I don't see any like really strong, like, place where the two of you are going to be like, okay, let's look at our relationship and define it, and make it, you know, bring it to the next level or anything like that. I'm not seeing anything really distinct here, but I am getting that it's like there's generally positive feelings here, and this is a big deal, okay? If there's been some confusion surrounding your relationship and that kind of stuff, this is going to make a big difference, okay? So looks like you guys are going to have a pretty decent week. All right, hi guys. Those of you who picked the red feather. All right, let's see what you guys have coming here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you have some kind of a connection to the past here that's going on between the two of you. We've got the Six of Cups. We have the Eight of Wands, and we have the King of Coins, all right? We also have some guilt coming out over here. We have the Moon and the Fish, okay? And we have Patience. My goodness, this is kind of a weird thing, because with the Eight of Wands, we've got really fast movement, okay? And then with Patience, we've got, well, wait it out, okay? I do want to say that this card I pulled for each pile to be like the counseling card, like the one to kind of give advice about what you can do, what you can focus on the relationship. So kind of keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and start with the tarot, okay? This could actually be talking about a past life situation, and I say that with the acknowledgement and understanding that not all of you guys might believe in that kind of stuff, but those of you who have that as a question over your head, there's going to be something happen this week that's going to kind of solidify that convention, like that. It's going to solidify that question for you, okay? But in general, we've got Six of Cups energy. This is aligned with the Lovers. The Lovers is number 6. We've got family and, nurturing and taking care of each other. And it's like, You guys are going to be working together very well. In your relationship, we've got the Eight of Wands, which again is like fast movement, okay? So things might start moving like so fast that it might feel like it's a little too fast. So kind of keep that in mind. The King of Coins is letting us know that you guys are gonna have so much abundance between the two of you. And when I say that, I don't mean like financial tends to stand for finances, but it's not just financial abundance. It's like there's abundance of feelings. There's an abundance of experience and understanding and all of that kind of stuff. It's almost like things are almost too much, okay? So I'm going to go from there to this card. This is the advice on what you can do to kind of help the relationship grow this week. And it's like, you know, kind of let things go the way that they're supposed to go, with its own pace. Try not to force this to come too quickly. If things are moving along too fast or they're just kind of getting overwhelming or whatever, it's okay to kind of slow down a little bit, okay? This person's not going anywhere at all, okay? And then we have things coming in cycles, okay? And things, right? The fish represents groups and clusters of things. You know, they're schooling fish, okay? Generally, it means that this has to do with finances, okay? And for some of you guys, something about your relationship involves finances, and it's going to be coming in cycles, okay? So this might be something like you get paid once a month or something to that effect. For other people, this is going to be like an event that happens in threes, you know, that kind of thing. But it's like there's something that's going to come in a cluster this week. It's like, I mean, this is a cycle for you. This is a pattern for you guys, okay? I apologize if it's a negative pattern, but I'm actually getting this as a good pattern. So, I mean, both of these cards are positive, okay? So I really don't think this is going to be like a real negative thing for most of you guys. It's going to be like a positive thing. But it's going to come in a group. It's going to come in like a group of 3 or more. And it's just like, it could just be like divine timing, synchronicity, that kind of stuff, but just be aware that that's going to be coming. So if you come across something that's like, ooh, this has happened before, I know what this means, you know, that kind of thing, just know to anticipate that happening a couple of more times in some kind of similar way. For example, and I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but I'm just giving this an example. I and a lot of my friends and my family members have noticed that if something happens to the car, right? Let's say you get a flat tire, then there's going to be 2 more things that are going to need to be fixed with that car within the next like few weeks, right? I mean, that's just something I've noticed. Maybe that only happens in Cassie Land, but I feel like Cassie Land is going to be invading your relationship here with these things that move in clusters, all right? One thing that I think is really interesting is that we've got this guilt. I feel like this has, like, you know, there isn't a regret card in this particular deck, and I feel like when I'm thinking about guilt, I'm thinking more of the regret side of guilt rather than the I've done something wrong side of guilt, okay? It's like, oh, I should have taken care of this sooner, or I should have, it's a should have card, okay? Or maybe a better way of saying is it's a could have card, all right? This is kind of like, I feel like this, you know, this need to kind of like move really fast and get these things done and, you know, and kind of catch up is coming from this desire. Is like, oh gosh, I'm so stupid. I can't believe that I haven't gotten around to getting this taken care of at this point, you know? And it's like, I really feel like this could apply to you or your person, but it's like this feeling is like, why didn't I do this sooner? You know, that kind of thing. Like I was so stuck in my thoughts and all of that I didn't even allow myself to consider that I could just take those thoughts and turn them into actions instead of just sitting around and thinking about it, that kind of thing. So be aware of that energy there, okay? It's just letting me know that, you know, there's some kind of feeling like this could have happened quicker, but it doesn't matter. This is like kind of in the past. This is kind of like, it's like you guys are doing well right now, okay? Just be a little cautious if you guys are moving too fast. I do get that the guilt could come from, you know, I really want to make sure that I'm not qualifying this in a really negative way, because I have no judgment about this. But I feel like there could be a third party, but I'm not saying that they're like there right now. This could be like feeling guilty about moving forward from something, and I see this a lot when people have lost a loved one. Okay, so one of you guys might have lost somebody who is really, really like a really strong force in your life, okay? And there's something about moving forward in this relationship that feels like a betrayal to that person, or a betrayal to the feelings there. So I also do get a little bit of grief around this too for some of you guys. So I do want to mention that. All right, guys. In general, though, really, this looks pretty good. Just be aware of moving too fast. All right. Okay. All right, hi, pile number 6. Those of you who picked the black feather. Oh, how interesting. Okay, so we have the 10 of Swords, we have the Moon, and we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, we do have slowing down, so that's definitely an interesting thing. We've got the Ring and the Snake, and then we've got the Virtue. The 10 of Swords and the Snake is the very first thing that I'm thinking about. Okay, so I just want to mention that the 10 of Swords can refer to a betrayal, and the Snake can refer to a betrayal. All right. However, I'm kind of getting a different story for most of you. Okay, but I can't see this and not mention that. Okay, because it's just such a strong energy there. The 10 of Swords in this particular thing, I feel like you guys have just missed something that could have like ended everything, but it didn't. In this particular deck, you've got the 10 of Swords, and you've got like, you don't have a person there or a cat there. You don't have a character that's got all these swords in them. What you have is, the bed the cat would sleep in, and all a bunch of swords in that. So it's like the cat's escaped, right? So I really feel like this is like you guys just barely escaped from something that could have kind of messed up everything. Be aware of that, okay? Because it's just not a good situation. It feels like kind of like a threat to your situation, maybe, or maybe like. Oh, it feels like there could be somebody else involved that's like maybe trying to bring this energy about, like somebody kind of sneaky that's trying to like undermine your relationship, that kind of thing. So just be aware that something either is going to happen between the two of you that's going to feel like it's really, really dramatic and that kind of thing, or there's somebody else in your life that's kind of not being straight with you guys, okay? Keep that in mind. We've got the Moon. The Moon always talks about hidden feelings. Your person is thinking about sharing their feelings with you, okay? And if this isn't your person, this is you, okay? They're thinking about it. Thinking about it isn't doing it, though, okay? They're moving slowly. I don't feel like this is going to be revealed this week, okay? I wish I could say it would be, but I don't feel like this is going to be revealed this week, okay? But we do have, again, the contract, that's what the ring tends to represent. Obviously, it can represent engagement and marriage, but I feel like this is just like the understanding between the two of you of what the two of you are. The contract's being threatened by somebody else. So if you guys are friends, the friendship's being threatened by somebody else. If you guys are partners, then your partnership is being threatened by somebody else. If you work together, maybe one of you is in a situation where you might get in trouble at work and maybe not, maybe fear losing your job, that kind of thing. Here's the answer, though, okay? And I picked this card for each pile to give the counseling, okay? And when I say that this is a counseling card, I just mean this is giving you direction on what you can do this week to kind of improve, and bring up this relationship. And we've got Virtue, okay? So make sure that as you're going about your week, be aware that other people are kind of watching you, and I don't feel like they're waiting for you to make a mistake, but it's like your character is under scrutiny. So make sure that you're acting with the best interest for other people as well as yourself. Like be the kind of like like, tell a hard truth if you have to. Really watch out for other people. Really make sure that you are showing anybody who could be watching that you mean well. Make sure you're showing your partner or the person that you're thinking about that you're not going to stoop low. For example, you're not going to lie or cheat or participate in, like, maybe negative gossip or anything like that. Really show that you are a person of strong character, strong moral character, and that'll get you through all of this. Okay. But I also get this kind of feeling that whatever this energy is referring to, this is only going to happen this week. It's not like this is an ongoing thing, or if it has been an ongoing thing, it's been up until this week, but then it's going to end. Okay. I'm definitely getting that this is confined to just this week. Okay, guys? So those of you who are interested and wondering what's going to happen next, obviously I do these once a week, so you can just tune in next Friday and see what's coming next for you guys. All right? Okay. As always, thank you guys so much for staying to the end of this video. Again, I cannot say how happy I am with all of the wonderful support you guys are giving me. It's great. Remember to visit that link below for the special, because it's a really good special. And if you want something larger, something even more thorough, there's 10 questions, and my prices are anywhere between $65 to $85, and it would be 45 minutes to an hour, okay? Pretty reasonable prices compared to other people, really, if you want to shop around. But that's another option for you, okay? If you'd rather have a more in-depth reading. Alrighty, guys. I will see you on Monday. Thank you so much.